Hey friends, this is going to be your daily read for, God, what is tomorrow? December 11th? Haha, I got there. December 11th, Tuesday. I feel like a bunch of you, before I start, I feel like a bunch of you are like really getting to a point where a big decision has to be made. It's funny, before I got ready to do the reading, I just had this real heavy feeling. I wouldn't say I was sad, but it was just this weird things just felt heavy. Things felt intense. Um, like I was carrying a lot of weight. Um, yeah, heavy honestly is like the best word I have for it. So I feel like a lot of you are really thinking about something and have been carrying something around and not quite sure yet what to do with it and what way to go with it. Then after pulling the rune for tomorrow, it became pretty evident something is going on. For some reason, I needed to share that because it was just a weird, yeah, it was just a weird, as I was, getting up to film, I just instantly had this, real, heavy feeling. So, with that said, this is our rune for today. Oh, and I instantly forgot. Is this Awaz? I forget what this rune is called. Totally blanked. Um, this is a rune of protection, though, which is great. This rune has, pretty much like all of them, but this one has a lot of meanings that can be kind of varied. One is protection, which I think is beautiful. Another kind of facet of this rune has to do with fighting, with standing up for yourself, pushing through a battle, and you will find success. It is a successful fight. You are going to win it, but you do have to endure. It's not something you can just walk in and it's going to be given to you. There is going to be a fight. You do have to take a stand and protect that stance, and be bold and really resist some opposition, which isn't the easiest. But no, if you can commit and if you do it, you will be successful. It does put you on a victorious path. It also takes you to a really powerful um, new beginning. If any of you are kind of contemplating healing, spiritual work, therapeutic work, a lot of times that's the new beginning that this rune kind of heralds and kind of foretells. So if that's something that's on your mind, I honestly, with just this rune alone, it's something that I think is going to be very important for you and important for your path and worth the effort. Before I said effort, the word sacrifice went through my mind. Worth the sacrifice, and that could be why I was feeling heavy. I think something is going to be given up. You are going to have to give up something and surrender to the process, and most likely lose something that I don't even necessarily feel like you're going to lose something you really care about that much, if that makes sense. I think you're going to lose something that's been a source of stability maybe for a while, losing something that is familiar, but I don't necessarily think it's something that you're not giving up your dream for something else. You're kind of giving up the stasis for the dream, maybe, if that makes sense. But yeah, definitely see this rune as having to make a decision that I think has been weighing on a lot of you, or at least whoever this is resonating for. Honestly, I think this is the point. It's time to commit. It's time to make that decision. I think your higher self has really been speaking to you. If you're one who receives dreams, maybe you've been dreaming about it, but definitely your prevailing thoughts and the signs you've been seeing have all had to do with this new beginning that's coming up. Especially if it's like what I was saying, healing or spiritual work or therapeutic work, anything like that, the arts, something in that category. Your higher self has really been pushing you and giving you the signs of hey, this is okay, go in this direction. So I definitely see that as being a thing for you. Again, this could manifest in multiple ways for all of us. That's just one way. But yeah, for those this resonates with, something has been weighing on your mind for a while. time to make that decision is here, or at least rapidly approaching. Oh, thank you. That was forceful. Oh, well, look at that. Change, the thunder moon. I feel like even, I'm going to hold the card this way. Even what I was talking about, how you're going to have to like pick a side, make a stance. Even this figure, I mean, granted, this is the upright, so she's actually at a 90-degree angle. But look, the elements, the wind, excuse me, maybe trying to push her in a different direction, but her feet are firm. She's like, no, I'm standing here. This is what I'm doing. You're going to have to pick a side. You're going to have to make this change. I'm going to read it from the book, but already I'm like, oh, baby. That was fast. Didn't have to go that long. But yeah, change is coming. Bottom of the deck, growth. Couldn't even ask for a better card for that. Yes, will. Willing it to happen, making it happen, standing up for yourself because it is what you desire and it is your path. Oh, I love that so much. I can't even tell you. All right. Bum, bum, bum. 35. Almost there. 35, the thunder moon. Accept change. Life, like the seasons, is about change. Take advantage of change energy and plan ahead. I welcome change and ride its energy. Yes, yes, we welcome change. We welcome change. It may be weird, it may feel comfortable. Again, probably something will have to be lost. Again, it's changing. It's not adding, it's changing. We're turning something else into something new. Right, and then we also have will. Decisions require action. You are in control of your own decisions in life. No one else's. Passion and will determine a great proportion of your success. You will persist. You possess free will, which means you should focus on yourself first and avoid placing your will over another's. I love the sentence, you will persist. I talked about this with our rune. You are going to have to resist. You're going to have to fight for it. You're going to have to make it happen. But you will be victorious. You will, you will persist. This change is needed. It's orchestrated. It's been set up for you, and it is necessary. It is necessary for you to take your place. If you look at this card, it looks like she's wearing a blue dress, but if you really look at it, there are actually like curtains behind her that are rising, and the end of the curtain is actually what outlines the figure. So it's kind of like she's made up of just this possibility, this energy, this open void is really what she's being created of. And as the curtain raises, she's just going to end up taking over the entire stage, which I think is literally what is happening to us. This new beginning is opening us up to this void of energy. We can make it whatever it is we will it to be. It's up to us. But it does require action. If an actor got on a stage to start a show and did nothing, it would be the worst show ever. No one would want to watch. It requires action. You are going to need to put all of this energy into something. You are going to have to will it into something. And to do that, you're going to have to get out of a current situation. You are going to have to change. You're going to have to shift, like a little shapeshifter. Oh, but that is beautiful. Oh, as always, Queen of the Moon Oracle deck. This is actually a new deck for me. It's the Revelations deck. I was a little nervous about using it because I haven't really used it yet. That was fast. So I haven't really connected to it. So I may think about the images a little longer before I start speaking. Okay. It's a really fascinating deck. I actually love the way that it was made. So actually, it's almost like I'm fitting a deck review in here. If you guys ever would like to see deck reviews, though, let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to do some if that's something you guys are interested in. But I love the way this deck was made. So it actually has like two images. It has one, if you cut the card in half, it has one for the reverse meaning, and then when you flip it over, it has a different one for the upright. So you kind of have both cards, or both meanings of each card represented on the same face. So depending how the card lands, what side is up, will kind of dictate or give you another like facet of that particular card. Oh, sorry, this one came upside down. So super interesting, especially for me, because I don't always read reversals, and I always try to keep my cards upright. This deck I actually purposely like shifted and moved them all around. So just something cool, something different I thought I'd play with. Definitely helped to like understand the cards a little bit better. Alright, so first card out, the Chariot, and we did get this reversed. Chariot normally speaks to swiftness, success, forward movement. I almost feel like in this position, I almost feel like the movement is halted. And I feel like so here, if I were to block out the bottom image and just look at this, you can kind of see the two, almost looks like eels. And here it looks like eels. Normally it's horses, but in here it looks like the eels, instead of looking forward and moving forward, they've actually turned and are looking at the driver. They're looking back. So it's almost like they're not moving and they're looking at him for, hey, what are we doing? Where are we going? And he's frustrated that they're not going anywhere. But again, to me that speaks to this will that we need to make, this decision that needs to be made. You know, it's almost like the energies are ready and willing to take you where you need to go or where you want to go. And you're sitting there frustrated you haven't gone anywhere, but you haven't told them where to take you. You know, oh, beautiful. Okay, here we have the Four of Pentacles, which I never really see as negative as a card as I think it's traditionally thought of. Usually it kind of can mean you're being a little miserly and a little stingy and holding on to things. Honestly, especially in the upright, I see this card as kind of, you've been saving your resources, you've built them up, you have what's needed, and you have this reserve ready to support you. To me, this is speaking of how we are set up for this change. We've been prepared for it, we know it's coming, we know it's important to us. We just have yet to really commit to it and make it happen. But we're ready, we have what we need, it's there for us. Interesting. And then we also have the Nine of Pentacles. This also came up in reverse. So normally a card of independence and knowing your worth, knowing your value. Here, I feel like it's still an independent energy. I wouldn't take that away from this card just because it's in the reverse. But I feel like this figure, if you look at the upright, she looks very confident, right? She knows which way she's going. She knows what she wants. This guy kind of looks lost a bit. Not necessarily lost, but he also looks kind of like, excuse me, like kind of ho-hum, kind of lackadaisical, sorry, that's what I wanted. Kind of like he knows he has, some tools, some skills, some resources, but it's kind of like he doesn't really know what to do with them yet, or, how capable he is to use them. He almost looks kind of dreamy in a way, like just kind of staring off like, oh, what do I do? What's next? How does this work? Almost kind of melancholy too. Almost kind of sad. And all three of these cards are cards of stillness almost, because you've got the Chariot not moving because he doesn't know the direction yet. You've got the Four of Pentacles kind of just holding and reserving and kind of keeping everything locked down. And then you've got this Nine of Pentacles that's kind of like, I could do something, maybe, possibly. But what? What am I supposed to do? Like just kind of sitting and dreaming and kind of just lost in thought and wondering. Instead of kind of knowing. It's like a wondering versus a knowing. There we go. Okay, first card out, Hierophant in the upright. So this is great. I feel like this is almost, so this card can speak to religion. This card can speak to like a mentor. So I think if you are feeling stuck and feeling lost, turn to someone who you trust and who you look up to. It could even be turning to your faith, if that's something that's significant for you. But I feel like you find support, motivation. You might even find like a nice healthy push that kind of kicks you through the door. But I think the key lies with this Hierophant. And one thing I always kind of point out, there's always usually a symbol of a key somewhere on this card. I think this person gives you the key. And honestly, I think you already hold the key. You either don't realize it or are not using it. You don't know to use it. But this person is going to inspire you to unlock the door. Yeah, like literally, like to unlock the door. And then you have some amazing cards right after that. You've got the Two of Cups, which is true love, soul connection, soulmates, twin flames, however you want to call it. This is beautiful. So pushing you into a path that brings you to a divine union. You also have the Three of Cups, which could be reunion, it could be celebration. But I definitely feel like a connection to a group. This could be finding your tribe, finding a support system maybe that helps you with this new path. Bottom of the deck is Six of Pentacles, which is being in the flow, giving, receiving, balance, which I think also kind of speaks to this being open to like sharing your skills, receiving support, offering guidance, receiving guidance, literally being in the flow. I actually really, really like that. Okay. Emperor flipped out, another great energy. And I feel like this is almost like the will card in a way. You know, the Emperor is leading a kingdom, he's taking care of his people, he's using resources wisely, he's building an empire. I see this as you taking your throne and mastering your reality, mastering what you're manifesting, and building something that's successful and long-lasting. Stepping into your power with your people surrounding you and supporting you. You know, with a partner by your side, you know, giving you emotional support and love. This is almost like a royal advisor as well. I think that's great. But all of this, honestly, is linked to that change. Because right now, that's the start of this reading was 3 real stagnant energies. You know, not moving, being still. Even the Hierophant is still still, but this is the motivation. This is the guidance that you need. And then from there, you open up all these possibilities. Love, you know, partnerships, friendships, celebration, and then ultimately your kingdom. That's awesome. Couldn't ask for a better outcome card than that. Honestly, this Emperor could also be a divine partner. You have Aries here, so you could be dealing with an Aries. You also have, what you would call Hierophant, a lot of times has Taurus in there, so you could be dealing with a Taurus as well. But awesome, awesome energy. So trust and believe me, if there is a decision being made, if there is something that you have been thinking about, wondering about, I want to do this, but I can't, how, all these kind of things, commit to it. Commit to it. Because honestly, it will be a successful path. The door will open to you and the way ahead will be clear. But you have to channel that energy into something. You have to pick a path and then it will show itself to you. Alright, my lovelies. I think this is an amazing reading. I hope it meant something to you. I hope it resonated with you and I hope it helped you in some way. Again, if you'd like, you know, that little mini, that wasn't a full deck review because I haven't played with this deck for very long, but if you ever want a deck review or something you'd be interested in, hit me up in the box below. I can start with some of the ones I've used or some of my favorites and kind of give you some insights on it. Maybe do like a little sample reading with it, who knows. But yeah, let me know if that's something you'd be into, if I have any other readers out there that want to know about decks. But yeah, with that said, reach out to me, comments, Instagram me, The Guiding Chariot, email me. I'd love to hear from you. Have an amazing Tuesday. Enjoy today and be bold with your choices. Choose you. Choose you. Choose what makes you happy and make that change. Alright, Love you guys. I will see you tomorrow.